Hey everyone, so my name is Edie. We are on day 4. I skipped a day with videoing, sorry. If you're just following me, I am doing a 2-week full liquid diet as a pouch reset, a restart program, whatever you want to call it. It's the one that is offered through my bariatric program that I had my bariatric surgery. And so I've been kind of journaling, vlogging along the way so that you can participate in this with me. So day 4, if you've not watched day 1 and day 2, then you can go back to my video list and check those out. So we're on day 3 and day 4, day 3 was a struggle. Day 1 was great. As I've mentioned before, sometimes we just fly along with pure motivation, but motivation isn't usually what keeps you in the process. It's more discipline. And so you have to celebrate the fact that you can be disciplined. So day 1 and day 2 were pretty much, day 2, I was so excited that I had done so well on day 1 that I was still high on motivation on day 2. Yesterday, which was day 3, I did really well, but towards the afternoon, and I was starting to get hungry. So here's the difference. My husband he works in the woods, and they stay in the camp all week long. They do their job, and then they come home on Thursday night. So usually I'm by myself here. We're starting what we call mud season, which means that all of the machines are coming back home. They're going to be doing some maintenance. They can't run them because the spring thaw is kind of happening, and so it's super muddy. It's hard for the trucks to get through, yada yada. So he's home. And yesterday, he was cooking steak and he was, having his lunch, and there was just a lot of aromas in the house, and I was struggling. And so I had to really keep myself busy, and that's usually how I can put the cravings at bay, is if I find something to keep myself busy. And so I did for the most part, but there was only so many hours in a day that I could really keep myself busy, and my mind off of food. Here's my problem. I am addicted to food. The worst addiction to have is food, because you can't be without it. When you have a drug addiction, an alcohol addiction, for instance, I was addicted to cigarettes. Typically, you cut it out of your life to be done with it. It's gone. Maybe you might be around it. Maybe you won't. Cigarettes, typically you are, but it's not a necessity for your body to be able to survive, right? And so having an addiction to sugar, to flour, which nowadays pretty much everything has those things in it, it's hard. It's hard. Listen, I am not sugarcoating this, no pun intended. It is hard to alleviate or to rid yourself of those ingredients if it's part of your everyday, right? So, yesterday was tough. It was, and this is funny because I want to make sure that I'm not beating myself up too much. So one of the things that I'm able to have is cream of wheat, nice thin cream of wheat. And for some reason, I ended up having one of those for my protein during one of my proteins yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. And I ended up having another one at night, and that was probably too much. And then I had a cream of broccoli soup, which cream of broccoli is fine, but the one that I had was probably not. I had the Panera kind. So it was, I didn't stick with my full liquid all day. However, it was full liquid. It just probably wasn't the best choices. And so that's what I have to look at, is that choices are gonna make or break this, right? And when I'm done the full liquid, choices are still gonna make or break this. So I have to be very diligent and drink more water. I need to drink more water. Am I noticing everything? I have not stepped on the scale, and I won't till the end, just because I don't want that to be a deterrent in the event that I haven't lost any. It would help if I did lose some, but I don't want it to potentially be a deterrent if I didn't. I want to start feeling it in my body, and I have not yet. It's only day 3. I have a feeling that usually by day 5, 6, or 7, that's when you kind of start seeing, because see what's happening right now is my body's probably in survival mode saying, hey, wait a minute, like, where's all my food? Where's all my sustenance? And so it's holding on to every pound that I possibly can, thinking that it's in survival mode. So by 5, 6, or 7, I'm hoping, and we're going to have a little chat, my body and I, that it's going to be like, okay, wait a minute, is this the new normal? Because if this is the new normal, then we'll just get rid of all of the extra. We'll get rid of all of the fat. I don't know. I ain't an expert. I don't get paid to do this. I am trying to read and understand my body. This may not work for others, and listen, that's okay. I'm just sharing my journey with you. I am praying today is going to be a better day. My plan of attack is to once again keep myself busy, drink more water, because I think that could have been a possibility of why I might have felt hungry, was that I wasn't drinking enough water yesterday. I am going to make sure that if I do have those hunger pangs, that I fill it with like sugar-free popsicles or maybe a sugar-free Jell-O, something that has some substance that I can, chew on, or actually use a spoon so that I have that action, so that my brain and my body can connect a little bit and say, hey, you are getting fed. You're all right. Yeah, all right. You're going to survive. You're not going to die. You're going to be good. So that's where I am. I'm on day 4. I don't think that I'm doing bad. I'm actually quite proud with how far I've come and what I'm doing. A lot of times by day 3, I'm like X-nay on the diet A. I cannot do this. And so here we are, day 4, and I'm still at it. So we're doing good. The thing that I have to keep reminding myself is I was so able to do this prior to my surgery because there was the motivation of having surgery. If I didn't lose the weight, I wouldn't have been able to have the surgery. And so there's a motivation there. There's a mental stimulation that happens. This time, my stimulation, my motivation is that I literally could have gotten to the point where I was before I needed the surgery. If you've not seen that journey, go find those videos. It's 4 years ago. I truly believe that I was on the path to death. My father passed away when he was 56 years old. I am now going to be 53. And I had a lot of the ailments that he had. Matter of fact, I was getting more. And so I was super scared that I was on the path to death. And that's not exaggerating. And so I stand here today feeling like if I get past that threshold of that weight that I just cannot allow my body to get to, I'm going to be on that same path again. And I refuse. I absolutely refuse. So here we are, day 4, doing well. And still got the same list of things that I was approved for, or was on my list of things that I could have during this time frame, the 2 weeks. Still doing the same thing. So leave me your comments if you're doing this, or if you've ever experienced it, or if you're in the process of researching, whatever. I would just love to communicate with you. Leave some comments. I promise I will get back, because I get back to every single comment that is ever made on my page. And I've had my channel for, I want to say 18 years. It's been a long time. Actually, I had a different channel and then this one. But anyway, I've been on YouTube for a long time. Okay. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. And hopefully you'll see me tomorrow.